seeing as it's the last one, you can do the intro if you want.
I can do, okay.
There you go. Start off with that.
Don't need to say what episode it is, do we?
It's episode 15.
Oh, is it?
So at least we're finishing on a nice even number. Like the volume on the TV.
Yes, mate. That was a key thing. We couldn't have left it on 13 for God's sake.
Fuck no.
But 15 is nice.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of the Beautiful Struggle Podcast. It's episode number 15 with me and Magic J.
Magic J.
What we got in store today?
We got a big catch up, I think.
A huge catch up.
Huge
I've not
catch
seen
up.
you for months.
It's been a long time. I think my face is a little bit smaller since the last time you seen me.
It is, for sure.
You've been off gallivanting, doing some new things.
Gallivanting, that's what Katie said.
Is it?
I don't think it's not gallivanting, I've been working. But yeah, gallivanting, maybe people from the outside looking in perceive it as that. But I've been working hard, man. I've been in more pain than I ever was as a bodybuilder. I've been beat up. I feel beat up now. I did CrossFit this morning at 9:30. Did you ever think you'd see me or hear me say CrossFit?
I didn't expect to see you up out of the house before 9:30 in the past, apart from your walks, but not doing vigorous exercise.
We do a Friday morning class at 6. So we're up at 5 every Friday morning, me and Katie doing it with the wife, and we're there, and it can be anything. That's without going too deep into CrossFit straight away, because I don't want to bore the bodybuilding fans who's watching.
Everyone has just
Everyone's
switched
like,
off.
Oh, no, yeah. It's something different, and we'll get onto this more, but that's what I need. I need a new challenge, and every time you walk into one of these classes at the minute, it's a new challenge, because I'm legit crap at everything. It's like starting over again, So it's good.
Does it feel good to have like all this new stuff going on around you that you need to get better at?
Yeah, that is just the thing that is like really ticking the main box at the minute. It's stimulating the mind.
Yeah.
Because you know yourself, Jay, you do the same thing for too long, you become not unstimulated, I guess, but definitely less stimulated. But it almost gets like, it's like you've been in a relationship 20 years and you get comfortable. Many people
19 years, Carla.
But most people get comfortable in a relationship, and relationships break down.
They do,
because you're just not enjoying it anymore. It's comfortable, and people like us, we need to be challenged. And bodybuilding got to a point where the only really challenge was how far I was prepared to push my own health, I guess. When you get older, you get more mindful of life, don't you? How much time you've not got left versus how much time you think you have got left.
The perspective changes.
The risk-reward changes. Your perception to risk changes. As your kids get older, your values change. And I had a huge value shift. And the position I'm in now, I'm very thankful for, because I have had opportunities that have allowed me, I guess, to be more free-willed with my own choices and not feel like I've been pushed into certain decisions. And maybe let's say, for argument's sake, the Gladiators opportunity didn't arise this year. I may have been in prep now, like yourself. I could have been in prep for competition.
You probably would have been,
because for a long time that was my identity, and that identity was linked to my income because my business as a coach, etc., etc. And that's taken a bit of a change in direction at the minute as well. Oh my God, the sign! It didn't last. It lasted 4 minutes? That's a record, at least.
It is a record.
It's a record.
I'll leave it there.
And it's a record on. Maybe that's a sign. That's
it is a sign on the floor.
Well, maybe it's a sign that where the podcast is going as well, on the floor. But I don't know. When you want to bring this in? We
can start there, man. We can start at the top, and then we can go into the reasons why, because it's all to do with what's going on, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very with the reasons why the podcast is. It's not no more, but myself and Jamie are obviously. Jamie's moving in a completely different direction. And well, I mean, I'm not going to speak on behalf of you, bro. You explain the reasons why you want to step away from the podcast.
Me and Jay breaking up.
It's over. That's definitely going to be
we've had a huge fallout. I hate Wales. Not really. That would be like that would be cut and put somewhere now, wouldn't it? Jamie Christian hates Wales.
Hates Wales, yeah.
Definitely not.
I'll use that as clickbait.
Oh, gosh. Right, so, yeah, you need to watch the podcast. I'm just thinking now. You know what? After the Gladiators, I've got this mindset as towards whatever you say can be changed and chopped and put out there.
Yeah.
For people to believe something completely different.
Yeah.
Like, we had a bit of media training, obviously, and my view going forward on social media, for example, as simple as it sounds, is I have to imagine my audience is like an 8-year-old child.
Right. Okay.
So, no swearing.
Yeah.
You won't no blasphemy on this podcast, and just things like that. You got to be mindful that, like I said, you say anything.
Yeah.
And although we know each other, we know it's a joke because the backstory is you're Welsh, I'm obviously from England, and we have this friendly rivalry, but friendly joking kind of thing going on. But for somebody who doesn't know that, you've got to put yourself in their position and put yourself in the media's position, trying to probably sell a story, and it's a bit like a mental warfare. It's a game, and I guess you just got to protect yourself by trying to say the right thing. But at the same time, you know what kind of person I am. Mm-hmm. I like to be a bit loose from time to time. I like a laugh and a joke. And the people who know me know I'm joking. But
there's going to be a lot more people that are going to know you now. And
and perhaps a lot more people that know of me that don't know me.
Yeah.
So don't know I'm joking.
Yeah.
So,
and everything is so like PC now, and you got to be
you
got to be careful no matter what you're putting out there.
Yeah.
But when you're in more of a limelight, which hopefully the limelight will get bigger for you.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to be even more careful.
Yeah, so. It's like the world has turned into an episode of Gogglebox almost. Like you want to be reactive and say certain things, but you almost like can't. Yeah. So I guess it is Gogglebox, but you can't say what you want to say.
So you're going to be walking on eggshells this whole episode, with what you're saying?
No. We're going to get into the nitty gritty. I mean, the basics are, like you just said, I'm going in a completely different direction. I've come away from competitive bodybuilding. I got the opportunity to be on Gladiators. I think that's going to open up some big doors next year when that airs. I don't think I can say when it airs yet. I don't know if it's common knowledge, so I'm just going to say around the turn of the year, potentially, Gladiators will be released back on UK TV on BBC.
Awesome.
And we used to love it as kids, right?
Yeah.
The best thing they've done as well is they've kept it very close to the original blueprint. Yeah. So the nostalgia is going to be huge. But that's it. That's all I say about it, because it's all kind of not a big secret because a lot of people know about it, but BBC want to make a huge thing of it when it's ready to kind of just blast off with that promotion. I hope it should do really well, shouldn't it? Yeah, I can't see it not. Everyone involved did an amazing job. Production value is insane. Bradley and Barney Walsh, they was obviously the people on the mics. They did a wicked job. So they haven't got the who's the original Gladiators, right? What's his name? So the referee was John Anderson, the pass on it. Yeah. So this time it's Mark Clattenburg. Where's the one from back? Is he still around? He's about 90. I think he's still alive. I should know that for sure, but I don't want to say that he is alive if I'm not 100% sure. Okay. I'm sure he is, but I think he's in his 90s, going strong. But Mark does a wicked job of being the ref. So wicked. Everything. There's not one thing that I kind of look back on and think, oh, that could have been better. So no spoilers, but you got something amazing to look forward to. Yeah, I wish I came out to watch. It was a busy time for me with shoots, and obviously with prep and stuff. And I said to Carla, should we try and get up there and watch him for one of these? And she was like, yeah, definitely. And I said to Sienna, and Sienna kind of just looked at me and rolled her eyes, and I was like, oh, she's just that age in it. But I do wish I came up, man. Should have made the effort. Well, season 2. I'm sure there's going to be a season 2. Yeah, that's not confirmed yet, but I'm sure there will be. Yeah, I'll be up. And, definitely get you up. I will definitely be there. Maybe you'll not be in prep then, but maybe you will be. We'll see. Yeah. See what time it lands on. See how much longer I can be a bodybuilder for. She lets me. Well, this prep's obviously going very well so far. Yep. And what is it, 17 weeks? Yeah, just turned 17 weeks this past weekend. And 2 shows. 2 shows in the bag. 1 more to go. 3rd time
lucky, maybe.
In the sense that we're speaking off the podcast.
Yeah.
Third time lucky in the sense that you want this overall win to seal the year.
Yeah, because I was not that I've gone into this competition season looking for an overall.
Yeah.
Obviously, I won the overall last year with the Welsh, so the NABA, but I know that the calibre of athlete going to NABA shows is lower.
Yeah.
Not to say that any of the guys, because there was a couple of really good guys there, but my intentions this year were to step up against guys that are more seasoned and challenging myself more with competing.
Mm-hmm.
And the goal this year was to get a good placing in a strong lineup.
Yeah.
So that was the goal, which we did. The first show we came top 3 in a lineup of 5, which was strong. And the show just gone, I won first place in the open heavyweights. So that's like bigger than the goal. That's you know, I've achieved more than I thought already.
Yeah.
But obviously you always want more, innit? So
definitely, man.
And I literally missed out on the overall very slightly, just from the feedback that I've had. So it's there.
That's what bodybuilding is, though, isn't it? It's like a carrot that's dangling in front of your face.
Yeah.
Look what you could have won.
Look what you could have won. But
and that's why we all want to do it again and again.
Yeah.
Sorry to steal your... Is it segue or Sedgway? I always get it wrong.
Segue.
I'm going to steal your segue because it kind of links back into why I can't finish bodybuilding.
Okay.
Because there's always that carrot dangled in my face, the Olympia. But I think last year was a pinnacle year in the sense that I improved, I got better, placings went up, but it still wasn't enough. And I thought, you know what is enough? What will ever be enough?
Yeah.
How long's this carrot going to be there? How long do I keep chasing the dragon, or whatever you want to call it? And it was October, wasn't it, last show? And I'd already made the decision in October that I just wanted to be, for now, until I was undecided and more knew clearly what I wanted to do going forward. I want to be more functional, I want to be fitter, I want to be lighter. And that was it. I think being able to make that decision back then and improve health and feel what that felt like, it then made me realise, do you know what, this carrot I'm chasing maybe isn't worth it anymore at 37 years old.
But that wasn't an easy decision, though, was it? It was like,
no.
That was like months of mulling it over in your head, thinking, where am I going? I don't know how many times you probably changed directions quite a few times in your head of what you wanted to do as well. So it was a bit of a beautiful struggle, like, to, you know,
it was
change.
And the thing is, as well, the Gladiators opportunity was there. It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
It wasn't just handed to you on a plate, because I've had a lot of messages since from bodybuilders who said, oh, I wanted to do that, but I didn't do it because of this. I wanted to do that because I didn't do it because of this. It might not even be Gladiators, it might be something else.
Yeah.
So whatever opportunities come by you in your life, you go at them full force or you don't.
Yeah.
And you can take them or pass them up. So the fact that the opportunity was there is one thing, but one thing alone. What you do with that opportunity is a completely another thing. And I think to have the foresight and will and energy to kind of go full force into that opportunity, and be vulnerable, just like I'm doing. I'm going to laugh again saying CrossFit, just like I'm doing with the CrossFit.
I'll just put a beep over it every time you say CrossFit.
It's a vulnerable situation to be in when you've been so good at one thing for so long, and you're known. Is that the wind or the dog?
It's the dog.
They got a dog trying to invade the podcast. Apologies. When you've been good for something for so long, it's like, let's say, J Magic Eye. Well, you are doing it in a sense because you've been the video guy for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And last year you was the bodybuilder and breaking in, and now you going that one step more.
Yeah.
And you probably feel vulnerable now chasing that overall, but you'll get it, and then you'll feel vulnerable going to the next level. What is that? I don't know, but there will be a level up, because there always is.
Yeah. And
I think it's allowing yourself to be vulnerable in life and chase these opportunities wholeheartedly, full force, that will eventually get you there. So what I'm trying to say is it's a reflection of the individual who gets the opportunities and leads get and fulfills those opportunities as well.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people in life, they look at somebody, and I'll use myself as an example. They say, "Oh, he's lucky. He's got that opportunity like handed to him." Nothing's been handed to anyone in life.
No, not at all.
No one handed you first place trophy in the heavyweight contest at the Two Bros show, like a very high standard, and no one will hand you that overall placing, apart from yourself and your own work ethic, the choices that you make. And moving forward, I like to make choices based on my value system, which has changed from being a bodybuilder, and I was in that hole and that kind of tunnel visioned mindset. As what I've realised is, as a bodybuilder, as much as we try not to admit it, it's all about us. Like, it's our meal time, it's our training, it's our competition. I wake up at the time I want to wake up, I go to bed at the time I want to go to bed. And as much as you try and do it, you're a family man, and you try and do we try and bring family in, or do we try and not expose them to it, if that makes sense?
Probably the not exposing, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Carla said to me on the weekend, we were talking about the show and all that. I think we were talking, it was just after I got off stage, to someone else, and she said that, obviously she cares what happens with the bodybuilding and what, wants me to do well. Yeah. But she doesn't really, it's nothing. It doesn't really matter to her as much as it matters to me. And it's, like you said, it's quite it is. It's not quite a selfish. It is. Yeah. It is a selfish, glorified hobby.
I've had the kids. I mean, not now, but when I first kind of started transitioning into, I would say, being more normal, the kids would be surprised that I would sit down at the dinner table and eat dinner with them. It's just weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, why should that be a surprise? But it is, because I've just gone and cooked my food, eat my own meal at my own time, take myself away into my own space in front of my computer and watch YouTube and eat my meal while the kids are eating their different meal at the table. Yeah. Because not allowed upstairs because you get sauce all over the bed sheets.
Oh, fucking all that.
Or the wall. All over the wall.
Oh, yeah, mental. Carpet, everything.
Yeah. So, normal stuff like that. Harley, he's getting older, he's getting more active. I mean, bloody hell, kid's 14. He's 5'11", size 9 feet. He's going to be a monster.
Yeah.
But he wants to do stuff like... we did boxing pads like this weekend, last weekend. He's got a hard punch as well. Like, bloody hell. Best to keep him happy. I don't want him punching me. We went to play football and finally do basketball, and obviously I'm out on the bikes with Katie and stuff like that. Before, I wasn't doing any of this because either I was too tired or I was prioritising rest. Like, my rest's important because I want to be refueled and refreshed for my next session. Yeah. Don't want to burn too many calories because we need to be feeding this muscle 10,000 calories a day, and if I go on a bike ride, then I've got to eat 11,000 calories a day just to offset it. Yeah. So being more relaxed moving forward is definitely, it makes me feel more fulfilled with not just obviously my life, but me being more part of other people's lives, like the family and the kids.
Yeah, that's great, man.
That's been really good. But I think you do a good job of balancing it, Jay. I just think that a lot of people, they perhaps give themselves more credit than they actually deserve.
Oh yeah, massively.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they think they're the best person since sliced bread.
Yeah.
No.
Not at all. No. Not at all.
But it just takes the individual to look inside himself, doesn't it? And
yeah. I think from my perspective, with obviously the bodybuilding side of things, I do really, really try and document everything I'm doing with the bodybuilding. Yeah. So, there's quite a few people who watch my prep series on YouTube, and obviously I'm active on Instagram and stuff. And I do get the comments and the DMs from people saying, you're inspiration, you've got a family and everything. Yeah. And that's cool, that's cool to hear. Yeah. But ultimately, the person that I want to hear that from is Carla. Yeah. I want, as long as she says... I think she said on the podcast when we had the girls on, she said herself that, I am a good husband, I am a good dad, and I'll always put them first. Yeah. There's two things sitting at the top of my priority list at the moment, and prep is there with it. Yeah, yeah. So it's, and obviously work. because we're still travelling every fucking way at the moment. I mean, I think I did 2,000 miles in a week last week.
A week?
Peak week.
What?
I think I did eight shoots in 9 days.
Oh, God.
Every corner, every pocket of the UK. And that basically took me into the week prior to peak week, from like the Wednesday or the Tuesday right up until the Wednesday of peak week.
Yeah.
And because if I hadn't done it that way, I would have had to still go out the last couple of days of peak week.
Yeah.
And I thought, if I just blast it and then have those last few days of peak week chilled at home, editing and feet up, that's the best way to do it. But I was on my arse. I was dead, bro.
You know what you need to do? Because my daughter Ella does this. So she's got a cupboard in the bedroom where it's just stacked up from the floor to the ceiling with salt and vinegar Pringles.
Right.
So you need to do like a peak week editing week where you just energy cans on top of each other. You see how many energy cans you go through.
Yeah.
Maybe even stack the vapes next to them as well. And send me a picture. That'd be class. How many energy drinks do you think you have a day on, like peak week?
On the shoot days,
yeah,
it can be a lot now. But I have been cutting like fizzies out 3 or 4 days out from the show.
Yeah.
But up until that point, probably on a shoot day, I did 4 monsters one day.
Yeah.
And then 1.5 vapes.
Yeah. So that's 2 litres of Monster.
Hydration, bro.
Disclaimer: we're not advocating the use of vapes or energy drinks, but in moderation. Your own vice is your own vice.
Yeah.
Now, I give a shout out to my friend Matt Morsia as well, drinking his energy drinks today.
Thank you, Matt.
I have no affiliation with Matt apart from him being a friend.
What were you drinking?
I got a cloudy lemonade.
Cloudy lemonade. I got a strawberry crush.
Yeah, very
banging.
nice. Yeah.
There was a time when you would just drink water on this podcast. You know that, didn't you?
I know. Yeah. This is what I mean. I'm like,
I turned up with a friggin' case of Monsters for him, and he'd be like, I'll stick to my water, and now he's cracking the cans open.
To be fair, mate, they've been seeing me through CrossFit.
He said it again. The buzzword.
How many times? Ding, 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 ding.
Stack those words up like my cans and my vapes.
But no, in terms of the podcast, we kind of like circle back.
Yeah.
It would be great to continue the podcast. I think we got some real good discussions so far with the people we've had on.
Yeah.
But we obviously discussed things behind the scenes. That's why it took so long to get where we are today, because it's a massive commitment, isn't it? You've got to come from Wales.
It's huge, man. It's huge. We've
got to get the content out frequently because YouTube likes algorithms, and we want to be banging one out probably once a week. If that would be the gold standard, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Not only that we came into this with the idea of having like an array of guests on, didn't we, from different walks of life and backgrounds.
Yeah.
And with the transition that I've been going through, coming away from bodybuilding as seriously as before, I don't know. Trying to think of the best way to explain it. So my identity has been bodybuilder for years.
Yep.
It's all I've known. And I guess, like a breakup, when you break up with someone, you block them off your Facebook, you block them off Instagram, you delete the number, you delete all the photos off your timeline.
Is that why you haven't been liking my pictures on Instagram?
But honestly, I've actively taken myself away from social media in terms of bodybuilders. I've like unfollowed older bodybuilders. I mean, if people get unfollowed on my Instagram, it's because I'm trying to get the number down. I mean, I follow so many people, and I'm like, if I want to check up on you, I can go and check up. When you start looking into all the algorithms and how Instagram works and stuff like that, if you've got a lot of people that you don't interact with, it affects things. So probably doesn't, but anyway, I've been trying to. I probably get rid of 50 people a week. I should get rid of 50 people a day, but I don't, because I can't keep on top of it.
Yeah.
But anyway, actively I take myself away from bodybuilding. Like in prep, there's always a bodybuilding podcast on. Always normally listening to one of Fuad's podcasts. Always keeping up to date on Nick's Strength and Power, on who's doing the next show, who's doing what, etc., etc. checking up on friends and other people that are competing. I just had to take myself away from all of that to kind of get over it, to get over the breakup.
Yep.
And allow this new lifestyle to have the best chance of flourishing possible.
Yeah, for you to embrace it and be fully in it.
Yeah,
I get it completely.
Which it's been good. It's been difficult. I mean, it's been a while now, isn't it? It's been a while since we've spoke.
Yeah.
A lot's changed, and I'm like fully in to the new lifestyle.
Oh, you're balls deep now.
Yeah, balls deep with CrossFit. Got new push bikes.
Yeah. I came in, he was like sitting on the driveway doing
Zend up.
Zend up.
I love my baths. I've got my incense sticks on the go. Still, the great thing is, like, bodybuilding taught me such a lot.
Yeah.
And everybody who competes, you might have to compete, but especially if you compete, the amount of like willpower and determination and drive and mindset power that you get from this sport is unbelievable. But what I'm realising now, Jay, more than ever before, because your blinkers are on, you got tunnel vision as a bodybuilder, and I guess you get like that in any sport, because I'm now looking at these other sports, like, let's look at Netflix documentaries. So there's Breakpoint on tennis. I'm watching Tour de France at the minute because I'm into my cycling. And I met some amazing CrossFitters, obviously doing Gladiators. I'm going to train with Zach tomorrow.
Said it again.
My brain has time to think and actually take in information outside of bodybuilding. So what I'm realising is, I've said time and time again before that bodybuilding is the hardest endeavour you'll ever do in your life. But once you start allowing yourself to see other sports, other endeavours, you realise that no, we are mad and we are crazy and it's amazing what we do, but there's other people in this world that are doing some crazy crap as well. Like Tour de France. I don't know how many races there are, someone will correct me in the comments, but I think there's like 30 races in the Tour de France, 30 stages. Might be more, might be less. But did you know these stages, the vary from 150 kilometres to 200 kilometres for one stage.
Right.
And they do them back to back, like day after day. So just to put into context, what's 170 kilometres? It's like, basically they're cycling over 100 miles a day. And it's taken them like 4 to 5 hours to do these races.
Yeah.
They're doing it every day.
Yeah, that's serious.
And when you watch the end of the race and they're sprinting down the bloody last stretch, you don't think for 1 second, because I've been in the fire service with guys that followed cycling before, and they're like into it and watching it and saying how good it is. And I'm thinking, they're just riding a bike. But when they're sprinting down there, they just rode 100 miles on a bike, and they're sprinting like they've just got on the thing.
Yeah.
So that's just one thing. And then you see the resilience and the athleticism and the strength and the all-round ability of CrossFitters. People are going to hate this podcast.
Thank you for listening, guys.
You just see that no matter what it is you do in life, and there's so many ways for people to kind of like just be badass.
Yeah.
And I think for the most part of my life, I've just thought bodybuilding was badass.
Yeah, it's just because you're consumed by it, though. Anything that, you know, when you're in something that deep, and you're putting everything into it, this is all that matters, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I can relate to this transition you're going through with what you've said about like taking yourself away from bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Because I did the same thing with DJing.
Yeah.
Because DJing was like all I knew from the age of 18 up until COVID. A couple of years before COVID, I started tapering down with it.
Yeah.
But it was all I wanted was to drive here, gig here, shoot, hang around with these people.
Yeah.
Be in the mix, be in certain crowds and getting pictures with this artist and meeting this artist. And when I got to the point where obviously my life started transitioning, like the guys I still speak to are like the ones I was close to, but everyone else kind of just went because I need to be out of it, because otherwise if you're still kind of, you go 1 foot in 1 foot out, you're still going to miss it a little bit. But the reality is you're trying to get away from it. So I completely get it.
Yeah.
It's just growth, mate. It's just growth as a person.
Yeah. And I think through life, if you have different opportunities and different, you allow yourself to do different things.
Yeah.
I'm sure by the end of it, you probably have feel like you've led a more fulfilled life.
Fulfilled life, yeah, 100%.
And that's always the goal for all of us, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you will be going to take things forward, not by yourself. I imagine you'll be actively considering other people.
I think, mate, there's a loose plan in my mind is to... is that mic still on down there?
Yes. We've still got a red light.
We've walked in with a friggin' battery out on one of the packs. So I'm thinking of taking the Beautiful Struggle podcast Pond Road.
Yeah?
So when I do shoots around the UK, I'm literally just going to link up with... Or this is the plan anyway, is to link up with people in whatever area. If I'm going to an area that I know someone's at,
yep.
Get a podcast in, take the kit with me, find a cool location, smash it out Pond Road. That's
a perfect idea.
And then, just kind of go Lone Ranger style with it.
Yeah.
But continue it going, because obviously I approached you about doing the podcast because I thought about it for so long about doing it. Got it up and running, and now it's up and running. I'm like, I enjoy doing it.
And
I want to continue doing it. So, and I think I'm in a nice position to continue doing it because I am around different people so much, traveling, and even if I'm like shooting with, a certain person, just random client, there's always going to be someone in that area that I could probably link up with and get a podcast in.
Oh, I think that's a great idea, and it gives you the freedom to collab with a lot more people. Because the difficult thing as well for us was to get people here. On a day we can both be here.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a lot of moving parts to it.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm just turning up with the kit, it's like, sweet, let's go.
Happy days.
And we won't have a sign falling down every 4 minutes either. So, winner, chicken dinner.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
So that's what I've got in my head anyway.
Wicked.
I have actually got one planned for next week with Carly Thornton.
Yeah.
Because I'm shooting with her, because I'm documenting her prep for the Masters Olympia now.
Got you. Yeah.
And then I think I might do one with her fella out in Romania when we go out there for that.
Yep.
So yeah, there's thoughts in my head, like, what it's like on prep. You're like, you're just a friggin' engine in your head constantly. So I'm just writing stuff down on the whiteboard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, once prep's done, I can kind of deal with these things. I did the same last year. It's like there's ideas there, but actually taking them into full effect is like a bit difficult. Like,
that's what it's like. You got to carry that mindset of prep through to after prep. If you can be as productive then, it's like limitless, isn't it? Limitless pill.
Yeah. So that's the plan, but obviously we've got to get this last show done in 10 days, and then we go
10 days time. And that's FitX. Where's that?
FitX Leeds. So I might try and get this podcast out before that. FitX Leeds. I've had people with me on the last two shows. So one of my best mates came down to Maidenhead for the first show. And then the second show was in Cardiff, so I had quite a few people down there. So that, Carla and Sienna came to that. This next one, I am on my own. Lone Ranger,
Okay.
So I've got a videographer coming with me from down by me to document it. But it'll just be me on this one.
Cool, man.
Head down and see what we can do, mate.
Yeah. I think I had some good results when I was on my own. I mean, I won my pro card when I was in Italy by myself.
Oh, yeah, you did, yeah?
Yeah, so...
What's the experience like on you? Were you like, mentally, like, were you sound, or did you feel you need... Yeah?
I enjoyed it, because you'll probably be the same. When other people are there watching you, you're kind of thinking about, are they okay?
Yeah.
I bet they're bored. I'm lying backstage and they're waiting, so you're consciously thinking about them, like messaging them, it won't be long, it's going to be an hour. So you can just chill. Just relax.
Just chill.
Which is the best situation for a bodybuilder, isn't it?
Yeah.
Be relaxed. And I think, the pressure just kind of off. You're there by yourself. And in the selfish kind of way, you got yourself there. And it's like, right, you're in your own head. Let's finish. Excuse me.
I'll have to leave that one.
Let's finish this,
Is that mic still going? Yeah, I can see it. I just checking. Sorry.
Yeah, let's
finish this.
Let's finish this. Let's finish the job.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
The good thing is, social media now.
Yeah.
You're only like a live stream away from your loved ones, aren't you?
I tried keeping it quiet this first show.
Yeah.
Turned up, got Justin taking pictures of me behind the Two Rose banner, Jay Davis in the building, and all this. I'm like,
mental.
Words out then, innit? Because I wanted to keep it quiet. I felt a bit of pressure going into that first show. Mad. Because obviously the last time I was on stage, we had the Welsh.
Yeah.
And then for this show, then it was like, right, I've had this off season. I've talked a good talk, saying, you know, I've made progress.
Yeah.
And the scales said I made progress. You know, I was £10 up show day.
Yeah, yeah.
So I put £10 of tissue on.
Yeah.
In condition as well. Mm-hmm. But I was saying, you know, I'm bringing condition again, and it's like, fuck no, I gotta fucking deliver, you know.
But you did, man. And like I said, when I've seen the pictures, noticeable improvements, like clear improvements. So that's wicked.
Yeah.
And the big thing is here for you, and like for the people watching as well, that goes to show that if your goal is to be a competitive bodybuilder and make progress, along with a busy schedule and home life with family and kids, can be done, can't it?
That's where I document all my stuff to show that it can be done. Like, and you know, when someone comes to you, like obviously we spoke that I do a bit of coaching. When people come to me, I haven't really got time. I'm like,
I know.
No.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me about I haven't got time.
Yeah, I always find that mad. You know, they'll say that, and you'll say, "What time do you wake up?" And they say, "Oh, 8 o'clock, 8:30."
Yeah.
Okay, so if you got up at 6 and you get an extra 2.5 hours, would that help? Oh yeah. I mean, a lot of the clients I deal with now, it's about working out without being too easy on them, because sometimes you can probably try and help them out too much and make their life too easy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, okay, you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
There's still an element of no, you need to be able to do that because you got time.
Yeah.
You can make time. So for me now, it's about working with people and mapping out their lifestyle and the day-to-day routine around the goals, but without being super restrictive and without putting excess pressure on them. So normally it's like it's a sliding scale, and it trends upwards.
Yeah.
You start here and you work to here, because here is so much easier than if you was to start there.
Yeah.
It gets easier as you get more, I don't know, more programmed into doing what your daily routine is.
Just start building those habits, innit?
Yeah, because you'll be probably surprised at people as well. The biggest thing that comes from bodybuilding for us is routine. But how many people don't have a routine?
Yeah, no, it's mad.
It's completely alien to me, and it will be you, that people still say, I can't wait to have a line at the weekend. I can't wait to sleep in at the weekends.
What's sleep, man?
Your body is like a clock, and this will never change. Like, I've still got elements of a bodybuilder in me, obviously, that will never leave me. I still have a certain amount of meals a day. I'm not watching a clock, I'm not eating every 3 hours, but I would still probably eat a minimum 5 times a day.
Yeah.
And I'll still wake up around the same time every day. Maybe I don't get up to my alarm straight away, but I'm getting up at like 7:30 at latest. I'm not getting up at 7 in the week and then sleeping until 10 on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Not because I'm missing one meal, but then you're missing out on life, aren't you? Like, you're in bed sleeping, but what are you doing apart from missing out?
Well, I've had like a couple of people like checking in at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll message her like, cheers for the check-in, and can I just ask, how's 1 o'clock though?
Yeah.
Like, have you done stuff this morning, and is this like, have you had 2 meals already, and you've been to the gym? Oh no, I just got up. I've been up since 5.
Yeah.
On a Saturday.
Yeah, it's mad.
It's crazy, man. But yeah, the lions are no. I think it's like being in the military, innit? Like where you know, like where you've seen people that were in the military before, and they've got all these habits. I mean, it's a bit cliche, like the bed's made and all this really perfect edging and all that, but all the habits they built up in the military, they take on into further life. You see it, like, it's all over them. Yeah. And that'll be the same for you with bodybuilding, because you lived it for so long. I think that might set you apart with your path now as well. Yeah. Because you are going to come up against people that haven't got the discipline and what you've put in. Yeah. That determination from the bodybuilding side of life. So when it comes up, you know, wherever the path takes you, you're going to come up against people that are going for similar roles or whatever. Yeah, yeah. And they're not going to have that edge. No. And you're going to just seem like fucking night and day. Yeah. I'll compare it to another sport of mine at the minute. Is he going to say the C word? We're not due a time thing there, not CrossFit. I just said it. Cycling. So the determination you get from bodybuilding
And I guess competitive people have this determination anyway, but it's like Clyde lemonade. What do you reckon?
Nice. I just realised there's 200 milligram of caffeine in each can.
Each one, yeah. Have you nailed one already?
Yeah, that's gone. And I had two monsters on the way up. And I had all the bits, the prep bits this morning as well.
God,
so yeah, I'm a high off life.
Loving it. I love it. I was going to compare bodybuilding and the mindset to, let's say you're going up a steep hill on a bike, and everything's telling you, this is awful. Just stop, get off, and walk up the damn thing. And you're not, because you got that competitive instinct in your brain that's just like saying, no, you're not beating me. I'm bigger than this hill. Yeah, I'm better than you. I don't know how we got onto that, but that competitive nature from bodybuilding definitely will help in other forms of life and other opportunities moving forward, for sure. But I've always seen a treat as not laying in bed longer, but an early night. Is that just like an old thing? But if I can get in bed at like 9 o'clock instead of 11, then that's like,
the early night.
So nice to be in at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, the early night is the one for me.
Yeah,
I much prefer to be up early in the morning when it's peaceful in the house.
Yeah,
get my stuff done. But the early night is the one.
I think part of me as well will actually miss the days that you probably have in prep now, where you're at the end, you're tired, so your days start to get earlier, and your nights start to get earlier as well. So I'd be probably going to bed at some nights 8:30, but I'd be up at 3 before anybody else.
Yeah,
complete peace, tranquility.
I am living that similar thing where my days are starting earlier.
Yeah,
but the nights are not getting earlier.
Right, so you're just getting less sleep.
Yeah, I'm getting less sleep, bro. I'm bad for sleep, man.
Yeah.
Like when I need to sleep, I'll sleep, but otherwise, like last night, Carla was like, she was on her arse at like fucking 8:30, 9. She was like, super tired. I'm like, we'll just go to bed.
Yeah.
And then I was just looking at the clock. I was like, I've got another hour of meat beer. And then I went downstairs, charged all the bits for the cameras and that.
Yeah.
I got to bed like 11, and then I was up at 2.
Oh,
I was
man.
like, go back to bed for an hour. I think it was like 20 to 4. I was like, right, let's get up.
Yeah. I know them days, mate. Your brain's just working overtime, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
just overthinking everything.
Yeah.
Well, not overthinking, but just thinking, really.
Yeah. Well, get this. So, for all these years, I would say, your priority as a bodybuilder is the way you look, right?
Yeah.
So, if in theory, apart from our off season, we're in a constant state of being underfed, undernourished, under-recovered, underslept. But now, going through obviously the Gladiators thing and this new thing, or things, CC, CrossFit cycling, it's all about performance. You're fueling that performance, and you're also fueling recovery. So the amount I'm eating and the sleep I'm getting is more important than ever before. And really, it's kind of drilled into you as a bodybuilder that sleep's important, food's important, rest's important, blah, blah, blah. But really, if you think about it, competing, we do everything that we probably shouldn't do in terms of recovering the body and allowing it to have what it needs, because our mindset is constantly overriding, no, I don't need sleep.
Yeah.
No, I don't need this. No, I don't need that. Because you're almost like punishing yourself, aren't you, on a daily basis, and you become good at punishing yourself, which is weird. But at the same time, there's obviously many, many benefits to come from that. It's just it was a different. That was probably one of the weirdest transitions. The association with, okay, now my food needs to drive my performance, in the sense that bodybuilders go on about performance and logbook and all this and that, but you're still trying to attain a look.
Yeah.
The primary goal is still around a look.
Yeah.
Your physique, your exterior. Now the performance aspect of whatever sport that I'm doing, I'm not going to say the words again, the performance aspect of that sport override the visual look of your physique. So that's a different thing to factor in. And there was times where I'd still think about, I'm going to have a protein and fat meal now because I'm not active and I want to just either burn some more calories or get a bit leaner.
Yeah.
Well, that's counterproductive to the end goal of being able to recover and perform.
How... obviously the look has changed.
Yeah.
So mentally, how was that? Has that affected you mentally, the look?
Yeah, definitely. Like in the sense that I know I could have rounder shoulders and I could be harder and leaner and fuller and stronger at the same body weight. It's definitely hard. Like I can see why people get hooked on the lifestyle of being a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
I guess it's like,
it's been going through my mind, that's all. About when because obviously we spoke earlier.
Yeah.
Next year for me now is like.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm not going over to the cult.
Yeah. You then never say never. Never say never.
Never say never. No, but after next year, I wanna just take the foot off the gas a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
The look is gonna change because I'm not gonna be pushing things and all that.
Yeah.
And I was doing cardio yesterday, and I was thinking, I wonder how I'm gonna deal with that.
Yeah. I think it's weird because we always look at ourselves from like the competitive aspect of us being shredded in shape and the best you're ever going to probably look in your life, if that's what you perceive the best look to be. And obviously while we're bodybuilding, that is the best look in our eyes. But I'll give you an example. So I'm 280 at the minute, and I walked in the bedroom last night, had my shorts on, and Kate says, you look she said I look lean. She looked too lean. And I looked in the mirror, I'm like, I'm not too lean. You mean I look small? That's how I perceived her comment. And she was like, no, I didn't say small. I meant you look lean. You look good. And I was like, this ain't lean to me.
Yeah.
You can see the outline of my abs, but you've still got that soft,
the film
texture to your muscle or your skin tone.
Yeah.
So that still takes some getting used to, looking at yourself, knowing that you've been better in the past.
Yeah.
But to the average person, you still probably look amazing.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I'm still 280 pounds. I'm still big. Like my legs, it's ever so funny. I'm gonna say this word again. So bodybuilding for years.
Thank God he's done with this podcast.
I've been bodybuilding for years, and obviously I've got a good set of pins on me.
Yeah.
And I thought, finishing bodybuilding, if I keep up with my cycling, I'm not going to really have to train legs.
What cycle?
The bike. Keep up with the bike. Not really have to train my legs. I'm PC over here, Jay. I don't know what you're on about.
There's been about 3 times you mentioned cycling. I'm like,
yeah. I just think genetically they're big, and they're going to be big.
Yeah.
Probably until I'm in the coffin.
Were they big when you were younger?
They've always been long, but I think they grew quick. I can remember actually at 16 years old being able to stack the leg extension in the gym when the first time we got inducted in a gym at school, like in a class. So probably younger, it's probably like 15. And I remember being on a leg extension and I had like quads. You know, like kids don't have muscles. Well, I had quads. And actually, I have a vision when I was probably 14 playing against this guy at football, and this guy had like 18-year-old quads at 14 years old, and it's the first time I ever saw like a teardrop and like the diamond above the knee. I was like, what are those? So when I was in the gym for the first time and I was doing this leg extension, I thought, oh yeah, I've got decent legs as well. Yeah, it's come out of nowhere. But then so they're a strong part. I forgot myself where I was going with this. Oh yeah, that's it. So the CrossFit, we need to like bleep it out every time, Jay, or just put a mark on. I
might just not.
We'll be like number 20 now.
I might not even release the podcast.
Probably 20. But everything's a squat. I've done more squats in the last 3 weeks than I think I would have done in a whole year of training like a bodybuilder. So anyway,
all free bar as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is glass back, just killing the back, but the back's okay. And what I've realised, I was working with Sam Bollins on like a strength program before Gladiators.
Yeah.
And my back was fried from deadlifts and squats. And the conclusion we've come to, which definitely makes sense, was over the years I've obviously got really strong in my extremities, like arms and legs, pushing and squatting, pulling, whatever. But the weakness, and this is a huge reason why I'm doing the new thing.
Yeah.
Because when I was doing Gladiators, like everybody, apart from the people doing the new thing, we all had tendonitis, like forearms, elbows, from anything hanging, and you're doing different movements.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, as bodybuilders, we're wearing wrist straps, we're wearing elbow sleeves, knee sleeves, belts. We're like fully kitted up, aren't we? It's like we're going into battle.
Yeah. Like Robocop.
Because we're trying to protect us from injury, which is fine. But then you don't build any resilience in the tendons and ligaments, the things that are going to be under so much pressure from these different kinds of activities.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I need to fix that for, if there were to be a season 2. So this new thing is all about building resilience throughout my body, because now I'm not protecting it because the goals have changed and I need it to perform on a different level. So just doing everything without a belt and without straps and stuff like that, it's definitely something I think bodybuilders can take away from it, because we are programmed into protecting certain things. Like, I probably had one of the weakest grips out of a lot of the gladiators because I'm so used to wearing straps. I'm not used to doing this. So right now, if I do that, here's hurting, because it's like saying, what are you doing to me? I don't want to be used. Leave me alone. So there's that element to it.
And I know we joked about it with the new thing, but it makes absolute sense for you to do that with the lane that you're going down now anyway. So it plays hand in hand. It's not like you've just overnight said, right, screw bodybuilding, I'm doing CrossFit. It's literally, there's a purpose.
Definitely,
it's a purpose to it. And if you're enjoying it at the same time, why the hell not?
Definitely, man. And that goes for anything in life, doesn't it? Then if the purpose is there to back something up, go for it. Full force, like balls deep. Footballs,
mate. Footballs.
But I remember what I was saying about as well about the strong extremities that are built through bodybuilding, and then obviously weakening the ligaments, etc. But the lower back was weak because I think I wore a belt for so many years, it just weakened the core. So now the focus as well is on like core strength, mobility, being functional. I've not made it to a Pilates class yet, but that's on the agenda.
It's on the agenda.
You're
going to film all these for your YouTube, all these new things you're trying, or?
I don't know. It's I think I don't want to. This is another reason why I'm stepping away from the podcast, because I don't want to take on more than I can chew. Like, there's a lot of different things going off. I need to almost master the new routine before I start adding things in. And even thinking about YouTube videos now, it's like, okay, that's another day every week or 2 days every week where you got to factor that something else in. It can be done, we know that. I think it's just I don't want to half commit to anything. I think you got to be fully committed, haven't you?
You don't want to spread yourself too thin over different things, jack of all trades, master of none, and all that. I would say personally, just like YouTube stuff, obviously you know this anyway, your brand as a giant is only going to get bigger. And I think you definitely need to keep on top of that and ticking that box with content wise.
I think the transition period is important, because there's going to be people like yourself, like you say, is going to be going through that transition at some point and got questions. And I've already had, like, Nath Styles speaks to me quite often when he sees my video playing football and stuff, or going out on the bike.
Jealous.
In a way appreciative of the showing that, because it's something he's looking forward to. But at the moment in time, he's kind of holding the torch with Josh as the big guys from the UK, and I can't be more supportive of them doing it as well, because I know what it feels like. I know how hard it is, but it's nice to watch and be that person who can sit back and say, come on lads, on the sidelines with my flag.
I bet, like, as much as they say they're looking forward to it, like, when they have to make that transition though, there's a lot that comes with that. Like, there's a lot of mental baggage that's going to come with that. So, as much as they're looking forward to it, it's probably not going to be that easy, is it? We know, even just from, even like Jordan, where he obviously did that year of jiu-jitsu, and then he's like fully back into bodybuilding now. It's not, some don't make it.
No, some don't, and I think the thing I've taken away from it is you need something that's going to fill that void. because bodybuilding takes up a huge amount of time, energy, and focus.
Yeah.
So if that void is left empty, and even Jordan tried to fill it with jiu-jitsu, you almost need to be challenging yourself in a way that you can see progression, because bodybuilding, again, it's all about progress, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's not just about turning up and doing something. So whatever endeavour you choose needs to be challenging, and that needs to be a constant challenge. And if that challenge dies, you just need to fill it with something else.
Yeah, challenging and fulfilling, isn't it?
Yeah,
like you said.
Yeah, I think that's the good thing about the new thing at the minute is both new things I'm doing with Katie. So for a long time, Katie's been in the back seat of the car. She's been a passenger.
Yeah.
In my life, or in our life, should I say. So now being able to prioritise her and do things together is just like a win-win.
Has that been seen an improvement in the overall relationship between you and Kate with that as well?
Yeah, I mean she's definitely happier, which is good. Happy days.
Green light.
There's loads of more positives. There's loads more positives without going into things. It was difficult. It was difficult after we finished filming Gladiators, because I was away for 3 weeks in Sheffield and things were like hectic, busy. Every day was busy doing something. It's like no time to do anything. Handled the relationship side of things really well while I was there, in terms of like contact, making sure she was okay at home and everything else. But when I come back, it was like prep's just finished.
Just no man's land, was it? Just
no man's land. Like, I've got time, and for a lot of time, obviously we got to spend time together, which was great.
Yeah.
But there's probably a lot of times where I've probably seemed a bit vacant because I just didn't know what to do with myself.
Yeah.
So she perceived that to be, oh, I'm bored. And I'm like, I'm not bored, but I'm just kind of wondering what to do with myself with all this spare time I've now got.
Yeah.
Because a huge thing that I've had to battle with as well, from a business perspective, is going from a competitive bodybuilding coach to people maybe not taking me as seriously anymore because I'm not in that world. So Joe Bloggs doesn't come to me for his prep because there's other coaches out there that he thinks probably more suitable, or just thinking that he's off being a gladiator, he ain't got time, or he's off doing this, his focus isn't on what I'm doing now, which isn't the case. I've had to kind of rebrand things. I'm going to go into this more so in like the coming weeks and months, but I've obviously got a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience to help people, but perhaps now it's best off for me to help people in a similar position to myself, those people who have goals, who want to achieve like great things. Maybe they want to get in the best shape of their life, maybe they just want to learn about nutrition and map things around their lifestyle and job, or maybe they just want to challenge themselves and work with someone. So now it's about helping people with, I guess, a different set of goals other than competing. Because I did a thing on my story yesterday and I was like, when I've heard someone say lifestyle client in the past, to me it says, they just don't take you very seriously, because we've been in that bubble of being a competitive bodybuilder. But really the only thing lifestyle means is they don't compete, because they're now building their lifestyle around their goals. So all I need to do is attain whether they have serious goals, and I'm like, yeah, we can work together, because I still get a huge amount of enjoyment out of helping somebody achieve a goal, whatever that is. And that's how I'll take the coaching forwards. Because it'd be a shame to let all this knowledge go to waste.
100%.
If anything, me and you have a great opportunity moving forwards in life, because we've done what we've done with the family, with the kids. Because that is what the majority is. Competitive bodybuilding is a niche. I
was going to say that, open yourself up to the lifestyle client. That's just opening the marketplace for you to bring on more people.
I guess that would be a transition, in the sense that people will still associate with me with bodybuilding more so than lifestyle. But my view is, and you'll agree with this I'm sure, everyone's a bodybuilder. Everyone's trying to build a body of some kind, like their version of their body, they're building towards that. So everyone's a bodybuilder. But people only associate bodybuilders with people who compete, which is wrong. But I understand why, because I've been in that mindset and that bubble before.
I struggled calling myself a bodybuilder until last year. Even though I've bloody lived and breathed it for years and years as well.
It's weird, isn't it?
Until I stepped on that stage, I was like confidently saying I was a bodybuilder then.
Yeah.
So I get that. Mad, isn't it?
It is. But I guess it depends what the terminology means to you. Like, what do you see a bodybuilder as?
Yeah.
Is a bodybuilder somebody who just compete?
No, I've segregated them now. As you've got competitive bodybuilders and you've got bodybuilders. You know, if you live the lifestyle of a bodybuilder, you're a bodybuilder. Yeah,
for sure. And I've done what I'm doing now, Jay. Is almost, I am kind of finding out what's possible. What can you get away with in like your lifestyle and your routine? How many flat whites can you have a day? Can I have cheese in my bloody chicken?
How much flexibility you can have?
Yeah. Can I have muesli for breakfast with milk and still attain a level of a physique that I'm happy with?
Yeah.
Because then that allows me to say to Joanne, who wants a diet to get ready for holiday in 12 weeks, that you don't have to eat fish and rice or fish and vegetables for 12 weeks to gain shape.
Yeah.
You can do it with blueberries and even the odd fab lolly.
Yeah.
Or a packet of pop chips, which is 74 calories. I know that because I eat pop chips. Or apple and fruit and different things.
Yeah.
You just get like so tunnel vision into like this.
The bland.
Yeah.
Just bro meals and
just like and the more pain.
Yeah.
Is the better. But 9 times out of 10, people don't want pain.
Yeah.
And that's not because they're weak. It's because they just want to enjoy life as well. Because they see it as, I've got one life. I'm not going to be restrictive to that level because, quite rightly, don't need to be.
Yeah.
Just depends how much level of pain you would like.
Yeah.
Because some people do like that level of torture, don't they?
Yeah.
They want to be like, when I used to prep, I used to grow the beard. I used to like want to look like I was on the Castaway Island with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Because that's what made me tick. What's made me get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah. You were in the trenches.
In the trenches. And anybody that don't want to be in the trenches, we look at them, or I looked at them like, you just don't want it enough. You're weak.
Pussies.
You weak. You speak for yourself, Jay.
Shit. Sick, man. I think that's I would say that's pretty much us covered in terms of what's going on, what's been going on, what will be going on, without going into too much detail, obviously.
Yeah. Let's just wrap this one up then with, you said to me earlier that next year's your last year. I thought this year was your last year. But, okay, so the big goal for this year is the overall in like 10 days time.
Yeah, as much as I say that, mate, we both know how subjective it is, and it's like, it would be amazing to finish this season of like the third, like obviously this year one more show than last year, so 3 shows, and third place in the first show, first place in the second show, there's one more thing that I need to box off, and it would be amazing to get that.
So the question is then, if next year is going to be the last year, how do you one up this year? What's like the goal in your head, like thinking forward to next year?
Compete internationally.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah. So basically the plan in my head after this last show is to off season for around 14-15 months. We did £10 last year in 10-month off season, which was, I'd say, running about 70%. In terms of like both mine and Cal's like being on it. And I think I'm gonna have a chat with him, and I'm gonna say I want a prep style off season. To be on it. I think, you know, we could definitely look to do another 10 to 15 maybe potentially in that time, and then compete at the back end of the year, because I turn 40 in May. She wants to do something for the birthday, obviously, and I do. I do. So I think we're looking to go like Vegas or something, you know, like a big one. So we get that done, we get the summer holiday done, then prep starts.
Awesome.
2 UK shows. Amateur Olympia in Italy.
Wicked.
Take Carla, spend a few days in Italy afterwards. Close book.
Happy days.
That's the plan.
And then
the year after,
you'll be a CrossFitter.
Maybe.
We'll see. Hey, we obviously have this podcast on YouTube, so Wednesday the 5th of July 2023, not this time next year, but probably August 2024, we could look at this podcast, or let's roll forward 2 years. July the 5th, 2025.
Yeah.
You're going to be an avid CrossFitter, full kit,
Pilates with tendonitis, the lot.
Mate, you're loving life.
If one of my mates, right, we go on holidays with him.
Yeah.
We've had this banter back and forth for like since COVID.
Yeah.
We became friends in COVID. He's like 2 doors up.
Right, yeah.
In COVID, I was training in the garage on the bodybuilding kit.
Yeah.
He was on his driveway doing CrossFit. He's got a CrossFit gym now. He owns a gym.
Yeah.
And he's always on my case. When are you going to start CrossFit? When are you going to start CrossFit?
Jay, it's a box, not a gym. It's a box. Get it right.
He is balls deep.
Oh god,
So,
I'm joking.
yeah, he's going to laugh at that.
Yeah.
I'll have to tell him that because he obviously knows who you are. I'll
Yeah.
say that, the giant is full on in CrossFit.
Full on, mate. Knees deep.
Yeah.
Loving life. Jay, it's been a pleasure, mate. And I just want to, on the podcast publicly as well, wish you all the best going forward. I think that's a wicked idea with getting it on the road. And I'm sure that'll open up massive possibilities to getting different guests on.
Yeah, I think it will.
Yeah.
Just want to continue putting good content out and having good conversations and getting people's, like, you know, their stories
Yeah,
up as
yeah,
well,
yeah.
'cause- and maybe we'll have you as a guest one day.
Maybe, mate. Maybe I'll be back on.
If
See
you're
how
not
much-
too big of a star,
No.
you know.
Thing is, I would like to, if things do like go like this, I would always like to think that you remember where you come from, don't you?
Yeah, 100%.
And you remember the people that got you there and was part of the journey as well. Like, you was a massive part of my journey through the competitive side of things. First video together, 2019.
19, I think, yeah.
Yeah, early 2019, wasn't
Yeah.
it? That was the first video. So that's like a good 4
4 now,
years. That and lots changed in 4 years as well.
Yeah, massively.
So what can change in another 4 years? I mean, another 4 years time I'll be 41. I'm 38, fastly looming.
Right.
And you're 40 next year. So we'll both be in our 40s.
Yeah,
And they say life begins at 40, Jay.
they say that, so we'll see. So that means life begins when I start CrossFit then.
Definitely, mate.
Nah, it'd be good, man. But thank you obviously for being a part of the podcast up to this point. And me and Jamie, the relationship goes much further afield than just the podcast.
Yeah.
And me filming him and stuff for his YouTube. So we're gonna keep in touch, obviously. And
For sure.
I look forward to the rising success of the Giant.
Yes. Can't wait. Right, guys.
Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow Giant the Gladiator on Instagram, is it?
Yeah, my
new
my
profile?
Gladiator profile is Giant the Gladiator, yeah.
Giant the Gladiator.
But socially, at the minute, it's like a bit strange because obviously we have to segregate the Giant character
Yeah.
and me, Jamie Christian.
Right.
So Jamie Christian's Instagram profile is still called AK the Giant because
Akka the Giant.
Aka the Giant. you can't change your name once you're verified.
No.
And another topic for another podcast. You got to discuss this, Jay. But it seems like everybody's verified now. You can buy it, can't you?
You can buy it. It's I think it's £8 or £9 a month,
Yeah.
maybe more. I think it's £8 or £9 a month.
Do you think it should, if you're going to buy it, it should look different in a way? Like it should be an
yeah.
association with the fact that you bought it.
Yeah, they're buying it to secure their accounts, and it secures it from like the fraudulent accounts of people like taking all your stuff off.
Yeah.
Which I get completely, but it
Yeah.
should be like a different colour or something to show you're not.
Yeah.
You're not like verified as in like Tom Hanks verified. You're
Yeah.
verified because you're paying PayPal.
Because in a business sense, I'm sure there's accounts out there that are verified or were verified, and for their business it made like a difference.
Big difference, yeah.
But now it's like
Every
you
Tom,
could
Dick
have,
and Harry now, yeah.
have Tom Jones from 33 Codner Street, 500 followers with
Yeah.
a blue tick.
I remember looking at my Instagram like before, and then you'd see someone with a blue tick has liked it, and you're like, oh, who's that?
Yeah.
You get a little bit of an excitement,
Yeah.
and then it's happening like all the time now. You
Yeah.
just go on, there's blue ticks all the time. So there you are,
Yeah.
like, oh well.
You get to a stage where you don't open it, and you might miss somebody with 1 million followers have been like
Yeah.
checking out your stuff.
That's it, innit?
Yeah.
Right, that's it. Thank you, bro.
Pleasure, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and see you on the next one, wherever that may be.
Yeah.
Peace.
Sweet.